Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Shout out to brother LTTV.
Shout out to LTTV.
Move on to our next lie. This is going to be Adam lying about why Heather blocked him. And so what he says to Wack is that Heather blocked him because he trolled her in her DM about this drink show.
And then she decides to swim up in my DMs, offers me a spot on her mixed drink show, and I hit her with the JK. That shit is ass.
You do know
right, so that's actually not what happened. So what did happen was Adam was talking about Heather and T-Rell on his Instagram story. Heather Sanders DMs him and says, "You gotta chill," and Adam responds by saying, "Can I come on the mixed drink show?" Then Heather says, "I mean, of course, we don't hate you." And then Adam says, "JK, that shit ass." That is not Adam getting invited on the show. I'm sorry. That is someone trying to be diplomatic and going along with what he's saying. But what Adam's trying to do is tell his audience, who isn't hip to Reddit and who doesn't know all this stuff, the easy listener, he wants them to believe that Heather tried to get Adam on her show, which is not true. Is Heather Sanders completely stupid?
Now, we know Adam22 practices revisionist history. Most of the things he says is a complete fabrication. And as he outlined it, as he outlined in this situation, everything that Adam said was...
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Yeah, LTTV, Blunt Talk with LT, back at it with another video. Let's get right into this one, y'all. Okay, so Adam22, probably the biggest fraud on the platform, always revising history, constantly. He's all... In every situation, Adam is the victim and the hero. He's always looking for sympathy points. He called out Lush for leaning on the Reddit for self-confidence and for people to back him and make him feel like he's right about things. And what is Adam doing? The exact same thing. So let's get into this, y'all. We have a breakdown with a few videos here. This content creator, I always forget the name of these content creators that make these videos. I'm gonna supply the guy's name. He made a good breakdown about how Adam constantly lies through his teeth. And then we have Van Lathan on his show, on No Jumper Show, calling Adam out to his face when Adam's lying through his teeth. Let's get into this, y'all.
All right, so Adam16 and Three Finger Wack 100 just sat down for their weekly podcast a couple of days ago, and Wack 100 asks Adam a bunch of questions about his beef with T-Rell in the Figmunity world universe, and Adam straight up tells bold-faced, defamatory lies.
Now, Adam has been using BackOnFigg, Figmunity World, and Cuhmunity for clout ever since they left. They're doing great numbers. Their platforms are blooming. They're getting a lot of views. They're doing interviews. They have a whole wave established of their own outside of No Jumper. They're doing big numbers. No one gives a fuck about No Jumper right now. So what Adam constantly does is bring them up, try to start beefs with them, brings in other folks that he tries to align with to try to have beef with them to cause some internet fuckery. They're not taking the bait. They made a few comments. AD went on live at one point to try to show the paychecks that he got because Adam was trying to overinflate how much he got paid and try to act like they're not making as much money as they were with No Jumper, which they're making way more now. It's quite obvious. Look at their platforms. They're doing great. But this nigga's full of shit. Adam is full of shit. He's in his ego. He's in his feelings. And what he does here is absolutely egregious. He talks like he's okay with the open relationship that has now been established through the porn, with Lena the Plug getting porked by various fellers now. So it's just one dude. But, you know, you never know where that's going to go. Nonetheless, he tries to smear Heather's name by bringing up old shit and bringing up her past to cook her. So he's trying to bring up her whole facts pretty much to cook T-Rell, who he's been begging to get back on his platform, talking about how he missed T-Rell in a few episodes. So pretty much he's trying to smear her name by basically making her look like a thought. But I thought you were cool with thoughts like your wife. Like I don't understand that. He talked about he doesn't give a fuck about body count. He wants a woman that's more explorative, and he's cool with all the cucking. But ever since he's been cucked, a new character has spawned. Van Lathan holds him accountable because this new Adam22 that we're seeing is an absolute fraud. He's trying to buff out his chest like he's a gangster and a goon. He's trying to bait niggas into fucking up their situations that they've established legally. So Adam's on some dusty shit right now. Let's get into this, y'all.
To Wack's face about the events. I've caught him straight up lying on camera on several accounts, and I'm getting ready to show you guys this right now. I mean, these aren't even that petty. These are kind of crazy lies. I mean, he lies about Smack threatening to kill his family. He lies about the reason why T-Rell's girlfriend Heather Sanders blocked him on Instagram. He lies. I mean, the guy is a propaganda machine. He's openly admits that he's got a bunch of Redditors that he's friends with.
All of my Reddit heads out there know.
And he's propagandizing the Reddit. I mean, the guy is completely out of his mind, and I will be pointing out the fact that Wack 100 and Adam16 do not like each other. These guys don't like each other. You can read it on their face. I'm going to show you what I mean. Let's go to our first clip. This is going to be Wack 100 clowning on Adam about the Jason Love situation and how Lena the Plug's disgusting fucking clunge bucket was cataclysmed by Jason Love. No, but really, he says that Jason Love is getting ready to do a podcast with T-Rell in the Figmunity world. Isn't that something? So we're going to go to our first clip. This is going to be hilarious, and then we're going to get to the lies.
Oh, Jason Love is going to go on
Jason's
BackOnFigg.
going to Cuhmunity to do an interview.
I highly doubt he knows what
I'm
that is.
setting it up.
Yeah, okay, I like that idea. Yeah.
I don't want to meet the motherfucker, but I mean, why they can't do it?
No, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
And he said he got some exclusive shit.
Yeah? Like what?
Had someone had a camera in it.
Oh, yeah, the camera inside of it.
No.
That would be a
And
great
there's some
angle.
shit on this footage that you don't know about.
No, that's a great idea, definitely.
Oh, everybody.
So you're...
Y'all see them react?
So you're...
Dude gets touchy about
He's
it.
this work...
He tries to act like he's cool about it, but yo, Wack's pulling his card right now. He's like, dude gets touchy about it. Adam22 is a complete fraud, y'all. Or as some people like to call him, Adam16 or Pedo22.
I want to see if he's over it. You seen him? He reacted.
All right, so let me just break this down. What you have just seen is Wack 100 subliminally dissing Adam. And let me explain why. So Adam is the corn man. He's the diddler. He's the ped. He's the 16. Nobody likes him. Even the people that still fuck with him don't like him. This guy's fucking mom don't even like him. It's to the point with Adam where simply associating yourself with him in any sort of business is actually a bad look. It's actually bad press. And
That's facts. That is absolute facts. In 2023, if you're looking to get on No Jumper for some clout, you're going outside. You you are going outside. Notice what Adam did. Adam tried to play each and every one of his co-hosts, basically his employees. Tried to out their dirty laundry, whether it be from house phone, sleeping with the trans, whether it be Flacco's past. They tried to cook Lush. All the things they tried to do. He tried to make moments out of everybody knowing what was coming around the corner for him with Lena. So, complete Dusty.
Wack is well aware of this, and so what he's doing is he's trying to maintain a relationship with Adam so he can continue to use Adam's platform and audience, while at the same time appeasing all of the fans that hate Adam by making fun of him to his face and disguising it. Wack's a sneaky little fucking plump little son of a bitch, and he's gonna keep doing it.
Wait.
Hold up! What is this shit?
Hate Adam by making fun of him to his face and disguising it. Wack's a sneaky little fucking plump little son of a bitch, and he's
Plump, bro?
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
keep doing it. In this next clip that you're gonna watch, he's gonna actually tell Adam to his face on the show that T-Rell and AD and Figmunity are actually winning the war that Adam started. Okay, so watch this.
They're winning.
Huh?
Yes.
It's facts.
I'll tell you how.
You're supposed to be part of the team, for the record. We're
I'm
going to have to
gonna
talk
tell you why
about
they're
the
winning.
team morale.
I'm
that you're
going to
bringing
tell you
to the
why. We don't care.
Let me tell you. We don't care.
Wax, he's spitting facts right now. They're 100% winning. Check the stats, man. These guys are doing a lot of views per upload. They're doing a lot of views per live stream. They're getting them super chats. They're putting out a lot of content. They have various shows on their networks. They're cooking right now.
They're winning.
Okay.
It hasn't been a day since they left that you have not had something to say about them.
That is the biggest lie.
Now-
I went like probably 3 months without saying a word about them while they talked about me every day. And then I finally
And it got
started
to you?
responding.
Stop the cap. Emotional damage.
To say about them.
That is the biggest lie. I
Now-
went like probably 3 months without saying a word about them while they talked about me every day. And then I finally
And it got
started
to you?
responding.
It
And
got
then
to you?
retards like you are trying to shift the narrative and act as if I was talking about them before they started talking about me. All of my Reddit heads out there know that this is pure cap.
It's a total fabrication.
Now, the Reddit heads that he cooked Lush for being so reliant on for confidence. His Reddit heads. This guy thinks he can just scream and rewrite the narrative that everybody's seen. He wants to play the victim. He wants to act like he's winning. He's doing X, Y, and Z. He's mentioning them at every corner. He needs to use their name for clout. He needs to try to stir up some beef. He's hiring various niggas to try to get on his platform to beef for him. He's talking all sorts of shit. He's talking about, oh, they ain't gonna touch me. I thought they were gangsters and goons, X, Y, and Z. It's like, you think just because you're getting on the internet talking shit, niggas is supposed to give a fuck about you? Like, they're handling business the right way. They're making their money. They're getting views out here while you're dusting it up, crying all the time, trying to use them for relevance.
And then retards like you are trying to shift the narrative and act as if I was talking about them before they started talking about me. All of my Reddit heads out there know that this is pure cap.
I know you are, but what am I?
All right, so Adam16 is he's so upset that he's screaming over Wack 100, trying to get him to shut the fuck up because he needs to be able to control this narrative. He needs to manipulate the conversation. Okay,
Facts.
and as we all know, if you don't know, I got the clips. Adam wouldn't shut the fuck up about Figmunity after they left. Every
Facts.
single show, there was at least 45 minutes dedicated to Adam crying.
I don't feel like those people should be putting dirt on my name or trying to, like, hold a grudge out the door. And to be real with you, a bunch of them have been very, very considerate with what they were able to say or what they were willing to say, etc.
Okay, very interesting. So when the breakup first happened, Adam was Mr. Oh, they're actually being really cool about it and everything. Fast forward a couple of months, they still haven't come around. They still haven't agreed to do content with him. They won't mention him. He's not benefiting off them anymore. So then he wages a content war with them.
Yep, he was trying to get a reunion going. He was talking about he misses T-Rell and X, Y, and Z. He was trying to get a reunion going. He was trying to confirm that they were making less money, which they weren't. They're making more, so he could bring them back in the fold. He's struggling out here. This ain't what you call winning.
That's what you call winning? A nigga's nuts in your face? Man, I need to see what you call losing.
You see how simple this is? In this next clip, you're going to hear Adam talk about T-Rell's hit piece that he did on his stream. It was about a 30-minute hit piece. And Adam openly admits that it was only in response to Adam talking emotionally about him.
For some reason, I just took it upon myself to just be a little bit open and emotional and talked about the fact that I kind of missed T-Rell and really like feel like anything happened between us. Nothing significant that occurred between us that would preclude that kind of relationship. His response to this was to basically go on his stream and do like a half-hour kind of like weird quasi attack
Stop the cap
on me, where he basically made it clear that he wasn't cool with me for whatever reason.
Oh, so you spoke on T-Rell and then he responded to you? I thought you just said that you stayed silent and they just attacked you relentlessly, unprovoked for months. So this is a proven lie at this point. I've actually proved that Adam is lying about the history of events. Isn't that something? I mean, the basis of his podcasts were the breakup and talking about the former hosts. I mean, if you look at this interview, for example, and you skip to any point in this interview, it seems like he's talking about T-Rell and AD.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to finally say something to AD about this. So I hop on the phone with him. We have the conversation. I wouldn't say he's like, he seemed a little hurt. Seemed like kind of confused. Like,
all right, let's skip around a little bit.
He didn't seem like angry, you know?
Right.
Something like AD. It's like I interviewed AD, and then I saw needle for it. It's like it's not something where I want this shit to happen. It's not like I'm mistaken, repeat. And then AD comes around and he's making it clear. So
what you're seeing is him literally skipping around the entire episode to any random spot, and all he's doing is talking about AD, T-Rell, and the cast that left No Jumper. So Adam, what are we talking about here?
Can only respect it. I can't say like this is fucked up that you guys did this and created your own platforms when I never had anything. So by the time I hit up AD on Monday, he says, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, this is literally random selection. He's just like, if I was to just interrupt my reaction right now and grab random spots in the video, that's what he's doing. Just random, not timestamp, just random. And he's still talking about them.
Kind of hurt because
he talked about them so much anywhere you skip to, he's talking about them. So when you talk about them like this in this way and create pity for yourself and make people feel sorry for you and get mad at them for simply leaving, that's actually attacking. When you won't stop with this type of stuff, that's actually gonna negatively affect them. So of course they're gonna respond. So Adam's lying about this whole thing. He says he didn't say one word about them. That's a lie. Okay, I just proved it with the help of Wack 100. So I want to give a shout out to Three Finger Wack out there. I know you're listening. I really appreciate that piece of content. I saw what you were doing there, and we don't care that you like your butt played with. That's none of our business. All right, so let's move on to our next lie. This is going to be
Wack's getting cooked.
Jesus Christ.
Adam lying about why Heather blocked him. And so what he says to Wack is that Heather blocked him because he trolled her in her DM about this drink show.
And then she decides to swim up in my DMs, offers me a spot on her mixed drink show, and I hit her with the JK. That shit is ass.
You do know
right, so that's actually not what happened. So what did happen was Adam was talking about Heather and T-Rell on his Instagram story. Heather Sanders DMs him and says, you gotta chill. And Adam responds by saying, can I come on the mixed drink show? Then Heather says, I mean, of course we don't hate you. And then Adam says, JK, that shit ass. That is not Adam getting invited on the show. I'm sorry. That is someone trying to be diplomatic and going along with what he's saying. But what Adam's trying to do is tell his audience who isn't hip to Reddit.
Now, Heather shouldn't have even responded that way, but that's neither here or there. So the person that we're reacting to right now, his name is Point and Shoot. The video is called Adam22 Lies About Exposing Heather's Dark Past. So shout out to Point and Shoot for this video. Let's get it, y'all.
Who doesn't know all this stuff. The easy listener, he wants them to believe that Heather tried to get Adam on her show, which is not true. Is Heather Sanders completely stupid and pathetic for this? Of course, but that's not what we're talking about right now, okay? We're talking about Adam recreating history through his mouth. So at this point, I would like to talk to you guys about Adam22 and Heather Sanders and what happened between them and why Heather blocked Adam, and then we're going to see him lie about this later on in the video. So basically what I want to tell you guys is Adam22 and his legion of incel Redditor fucking weirdos have found a way, have dug deep enough to expose allegedly the dark escort past of Heather Sanders. That's right. She used to be allegedly an escort. She used to post ads on the internet with risque looking photos.
Okay, so now Adam, this is what I was talking about. So he's gonna expose her past thought history. He's pulling up the whole facts. And I thought he didn't give a fuck about any of this. I thought he loved women liberated like this. I thought the body count did not matter. But yet you're using it to shame another woman. You're using it to shame T-Rell. But you're okay with your woman doing it because the little pussy ass excuses he has. Oh, we're porn stars. We can get away with it. But you think nothing of it, huh?
She used to go on sugarbabies.com type websites. I guess that's where you find old men with money, if you catch my drift. So Adam captured this little nugget of information and started spreading it on Instagram. And, you know, he doesn't say her name, so that's important to note, but everyone knows who he's talking about. And the implications are strong enough for us to decipher. Like, this isn't like... It's not like he was being ambiguous. He's straight up. Look, I'll show you the clip of him.
But think about it. What kind of corny ass malicious shit is this for a grown ass man to be leaking the whole facts of his past co-host, his woman? I don't know if they're married. I don't know the relationship. It's his girlfriend. I don't know if it's his wife. Nonetheless, what part of the game is this? He outed. Y'all need to put this into perspective. He outed Housephone. He outed Housephone's sexual endeavor or sexual relations with a trans woman that he was trying to keep on the low. He told him to keep it on the low, edit out the footage. He was trying to privatize that. He outed it, played the victim like, oh, they didn't take it out. My editing team did not take it out, blah, 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 being unaccountable. Knowing that Housephone fucked Lena in the past, and he kept that on the hush. So he wasn't trying to embarrass you. He wasn't going to be like, oh, your girl's a hoe. She was doing threesomes. I was fucking her, but while you were talking to her, X, Y, and Z. He wasn't doing none of that. But Adam wants to just bring out some things that nobody knows about. This is not public information. Just bringing it out the dark.
From his Instagram, this is when he found out, and he went on his Instagram story to gloat and celebrate the demise of Heather's reputation. Let's watch this clip.
And as soon as it comes out that certain people got a history in sex work, other people are...
I mean, I just want to...
I thought the sex work was not a problem. I thought you'll be okay with your daughter getting into sex work. I thought you're okay with your wife fucking Jason Love because it's sex work and y'all are involved in that. It's the porn industry. It's normal. Adam looks like he relapsed. He looks like he's on some funny business right now.
Who was on crack?
He looks like he is on some... You know what? Let's get it, man.
Point out that I learned about this Heather situation from this Instagram story. That's why I went and recorded it, because I thought it was important. And so after this Instagram post came out and she was exposed, she unfollowed and blocked Adam22. And he knows why she did.
Yo, I'm telling y'all, Adam22 he's the most full of shit person on the platform. He knows that his woman finessed the open relationship shit that he finessed early in the relationship. He knows that he went into the relationship with it open on his end, closed on hers. She finessed the threesomes to get commitment out of him. He then cheated on her, so he fucked up the trust. She wanted to close the relationship. He finessed the relationship by keeping it open, by him fucking other girls, by it being on porn. This whole plug talk shit. Or we're gonna have the OnlyFans, and that's how he kept having his open on his end, closed on hers. That was the finesse. Oh, they're gonna do threesome porn, so he can fuck other girls, and he's not just stuck committing to her. The thought from that, he knows that she's a thought. Like he to get a commitment out of something special, he wanted to be able, like, come on, man. We know the play. We're not gonna get into the entire history. She also wanted to have sex with other dudes. She wanted it open on her side too. She thought that was only fair. She had her feminist audience telling her, yo, it's only fair if you're able to have it open on your end too. You can do shoots when he's not available. He's not available a lot of the time. He's slowing down your OnlyFans. We covered all of this. He was talking about, oh no, it hurts me. I can't do it. You're what did he say? He used a term that said she was like, she was more rough when it came to it. She was tough. She was mentally tough. She was equipped to deal with shit like this. He's not. He's emotional. He's sensitive. It'll hurt him if she's doing other things with other guys. We covered all of this. So he's trying to revise the history. She got married, or he got married to her. He married her. As soon as he married her, she opened the relationship on her end. All of a sudden, she's fucking Jason Love. Why not before the marriage? Because she knew that she knew that she trapped him. She knew that she had the baby. She got the marriage. Okay, now I can keep the finesse going. Now you're less likely to say no. So she kept that going. We covered the interviews. We seen the malicious looks on her face as she was rubbing it in, talking about, oh, you enjoyed that X, Y, and Z. It was some weird vindictive shit going on with Adam22 and Lena the Plug. So now he's trying to make other folks feel the devastation that he's feeling. Oh, look at your girl's whole facts. Oh, Heather used to be doing this back then. She was doing sex work. Look at this nigga's face.
Story. That's why I went and recorded.
Hold on, y'all.
And sex work. Other people are.
I mean, I just want to point out that
He's doing the ultimate I'm taking you with me ass shit. Oh, I'm taking you with me. I'm crashing and burning. I'm grabbing you. I'm pulling you off the cliff with me.
Stop it. Get some help.
I learned about this Heather situation from this Instagram story. That's why I went and recorded it, because I thought it was important. And so after this Instagram post came out and she was exposed, she unfollowed and blocked Adam22. And he knows why she did it. And so now he's going to go on his podcast and lie to Wack100 and everyone else about why he believes that she blocked him. I mean, what do you... he know... This is... I can't...
TaylorMade, you are 100% wrong when it comes to this. Everybody's wrong when they say it's otherwise. I covered this. I seen it in depthly. I do not fall for any of the finessing and any of the lies. He eventually agreed to it because his hands were tied. He already married her. He already made these commitments. He was against it for a while. She kept pushing. He was speaking to folks like Destiny. He was trying to be more open-minded with certain things in life. He was trying to readjust and reframe the way people seen him. Oh, I'm not just a podcaster doing OnlyFans with my woman. Like a lot of people are doing OnlyFans. They don't consider themselves legit porn stars. They're not really in the porn industry. He tried to make that adjustment, that switch. Now, okay, we're legit porn stars, so it makes it good in people's minds. It's all manipulation and selective framing. You don't buy anything that this motherfucker be trying to push. Well, I don't.
I can't even explain how stupid this is.
Of course, she's been sneak dissing me on their show. Not sneak dissing. She's just been straight up dissing me for months and months.
Y'all are so naive when you said he could have said no. He's been saying no. She kept pushing those walls. She kept pushing. And then what she did, y'all, it's like y'all forget the breakdowns that I did. Y'all forget the clips that I compiled. It's like y'all forget that he went from saying, fuck no, I'm way too rich to have another nigga fucking my girl. Well, he didn't say nigga because he's white. But he said another man fucking his woman. Way too rich for that. She said she's going to shut down the whole operation, the whole plug talk. She basically put it against, okay, let me do this scene with this one dude, or I'm shutting down all the scenes you have with women. It was literally that. So he had to do mental gymnastics to make it seem like, okay, I'm okay with this shit. And the more you peel back the layers and you see this nigga just frauding all day, every day, changing his character, changing his entire persona on air, getting called out by Van Lathan, we'll see later here. Yes, Moxie, I reacted to that. She's threatened to shut the whole thing down. She's like, we can just not do plug talk. Like, y'all don't know how she was pushing for other peen.
You over trying to get people fucked.
And what?
Just commenting on every single little thing in my life. I think I hurt her feelings. I'm actually kind of...
Yeah, y'all missed that, huh? Y'all missed that. That's what I'm saying. Y'all dispute the points, but I covered every last piece of their relationship. They wanted to make the relationship content. Great, we're going to cover it. I did all the breakdowns, hour-long breakdowns, edited up clips. Come on, man. They're not lying to me. They are not lying to me. I'm not having it. This guy as well. Let me play his video because he does a great breakdown.
I'm worried about her.
Did you mention her podcast or something?
The drink show, yeah. Mixed drink show.
That's the name of it?
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
The Mixed Drink Show.
And you mentioned it. And you mentioned it again.
She invited me on.
You mentioned it again.
She invited
you
me on.
You mentioned it again. T-Rell. Don't say I didn't let out for you.
She invited me on.
Taylor Made, you said, but could he have said no? Could Lena have said no to the threesomes early in the relationship? Of course she could have. But if she could have, Adam wouldn't have taken her seriously and he wouldn't have invested in her. He would have not taken her serious for a long-term relationship because she was just some thought, but she came with perks now. Okay, she's cool, we can hang out, and I can fuck other girls with her. Okay. Now now I'm sold type of shit. So she could have said no, but she did not want to. He could have said no, but does he want that divorce after he just married her? Does he want those headaches of not being able to, does he want those problems? Come on, man.
So Adam is trying to make Heather look extremely petty for blocking him for simply trolling her stupid-ass show, when in fact she unfollowed and blocked him because of the exposing her past. And he doesn't want anyone to know that because he'd look extremely goofy. Okay, so Wack 100, he knows too. Believe me, he knows, but he ain't going to bring it up because he don't want to be the one to bring it up and then have to answer to his homeboys over in the Figmunity universe. Those are who he's loyal to. He don't give a fuck. He don't even like Adam, trust me. And Wack likes a lot of guys, okay? So that should tell you something. So Heather actually opens up a little bit about her escorting past, I think. Cryptically, in this podcast, she talks about her life of being on the internet. Watch this. It's going to really trip you out.
I always never afraid for people to look at me. I loved it.
You like the attention.
I like the attention. I like putting myself out there. I was never scared to put myself out there.
Oh, yes. The camera loves your nastiness.
Let's get these likes up, chat. Let's get these likes up. Let's get it.
I was never scared to, do anything. I wanted to be something. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I still don't. I mean, I guess I am something, but...
All right, so I do want to take this opportunity to tell you guys that I actually think that Heather deserves all of this. Heather is...
So he thinks that Heather deserves this. All right, so shout out to Montrell Rather with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting
He low-key tried to degrade and embarrass Lena by offering her to Andrew Tate like a sacrificial lamb. Yeah, he spoke about that. He spoke about offering her to Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross, and he said he regrets that because it makes it look like he was coping too much to try to make himself feel comfortable with the experience, and that it made it look like he disrespected his wife. So he said that. There's an interview. We're about to react to that. Let's get it, y'all. Shout out to Montrell Rather with that $5 super chat.
I'm getting
actually one of, if not the most hated person in all of the No Jumper Figmunity world universe. She's actually a really shitty person. She's very self-absorbed, narcissistic. She's a fucking lunatic, to be honest with you. Listen to this incredibly stupid and narcissistic take where she says that when she got fat, it was much more difficult for her because she was so gorgeous at one point in her life, and that fat people that are fat their entire life, they got it easy compared to her because she used to be popping. This is what she would say. And she's a drunk, too. She's a very...
Wait, where's the footage?
...shitty person. Watch this.
But you...
Oh, okay. I thought something fucked up, man. But let's get it.
Always not been able to read and write. Whatever.
Because she used to be popping. This is what she would say. And she's a drunk, too. She's a very shitty person. Watch this.
But you've always not been able to read and write. Whatever your narrative. But if we've always been fat, or we've always been ugly, or we've always been this, whatever. Or we haven't been, like me. I haven't always been overweight. I've been popping in my time. I was skinny, whatever, had all the niggas.
Coming in June, in the age.
Okay, so I get what he's saying.
Bitch, who raised you?
About to shut all y'all hoes down.
Then I got fat, I had babies, all the shit. You start feeling down on yourself and you start feeling like you're not nothing. I've been there. It's very hard.
Bro, what the fuck? What the fuck does you being skinny and having all the niggas got to do with anything? Hold on.
Because he said he doesn't love himself.
Hold on. But you've been with me for so long. Why do you keep talking about you having all the niggas and all the shit? We don't care. We don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
Hold on.
Yo, yeah, see, T-Rell kept it a stack, man.
He did that shit. Guilty as fuck.
Whoops, wrong one. T-Rell was like,
We don't care.
Let me tell you. We don't care.
and that's facts, man. He's like, why you bringing that shit up? You getting all these niggas. It's facts. What he said was nothing but facts. Why you doing all that? You're doing too much.
The only woman that would talk that way in front of her man, in front of an audience, is someone who has zero respect for him. You'd think she'd be a little bit more humble. I mean, a couple of years ago, she was a fucking...
Holy, I'm sorry. I got to move myself out of the screen before this. All right, let's get it.
bullheaded fucking bully. She looked like Baby D from Next Friday.
Oh, I'm just trying to, like, I'm with the Hollywood Fix. I have 1,000 on TikTok.
With Hollywood Fix?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, don't get me on camera. No.
Wait, is that Gideon?
What's the nigga from Hollywood Fix number?
No. Oh.
So as you can see, she looked like a fucking dump truck, and now she's bragging about how hot she is after she got surgery. Okay, that's narcissism, guys, okay? So I want to be clear. I'm not mad that Adam and the Redditors exposed her. I'm just mad that Adam lied about exposing her and the reason why she doesn't like him. Okay, so he's suppressing the truth, and I got a huge problem with that. But
okay, so you're not mad at him for exposing her. You're mad at him for the reason why he exposed her, because he started the shit and he's trying to act like a victim, like she did something to him, and that's why he's exposing her. See, Adam's full of shit. This is what I'm talking about. Adam always wants to be the victim and the hero in all the stories. In all of them, but you ain't getting that. You ain't getting that, Adam. This nigga's under review for several things right now. Let's get it.
I do enjoy the fact that Heather's been exposed and that she's severely embarrassed and that this is her darkest hour. I celebrate the fact that she has gone down. I love this, okay? So let's move on to our...
Yeah, I don't understand his fascination with her getting taken out. He believes she's a shitty person, but that's a little bit... weird, but let's get it.
Final lie. This is about Smack. Now, we all heard about Smack getting in a motorcycle accident. Now he's in the hospital. He's got this major foot injury from the...
Shout out to Moxie Wits being a member for 4 months.
I'm getting rich.
Y'all join the members for extra perks and members only streams. We got a few of them coming up, y'all. So join the members. Let's get it.
Crash that they're talking about possibly removing his foot. Okay, so it's very, very serious. So Smack's laying in bed in pain, and he's watching Adam celebrate the troll that he got over with Heather about the...
Yeah, so Smack got into a very serious car crash, and he called into BackOnFigg and during an episode crying because he was so devastated. He wanted to get the hell out of the hospital. Man, let's get back into this.
Drink show, and so he says this to Adam.
Adam, bro, you playing with the wrong people, dog. Playing with the wrong people, dog. You gonna fuck around and get hurt, dog. Quit playing, dog. That's real, man. Quit playing, The nigga ain't gonna be in this hospital too long, dog. Don't play with Heather, don't play with T-Rell, don't play with Figmunity, nigga. Quit playing, bitch. I'm telling you now, boy. Play all that rah-rah tough shit, nigga. Till that shit come to your face, bitch. You ain't gonna be ready for it. You're gonna be freezing up, calling the police on niggas. Quit fucking playing, bitch.
All right, so that was Smack, sort of, not really, but if you want to call it a threat, sure. But I want to point out that he didn't threaten anyone but Adam, okay? So Adam goes ahead and responds to Smack, and he says this.
I DMs with. Now, Smack is in a hospital bed looking like he dying, and he got something to say about it. Smack, we got new rules for 2023. The whole tough guy thing, when I get a killer joke off on your boo thing, talking tough ain't gonna fix it. Sorry.
All right, so Smack takes offense to Adam saying that he looked like he was dying in the hospital bed, and so Smack...
Hey, yo, Mr. Castle.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Responded by saying this, and I want you to pay very close attention to what Smack actually says.
Adams. You say I look like I'm dying. Your daughter look like she dying. That's who look like she dying with your wife, bitch. They look like they dying, bitch. Your daughter, nigga. Your wife, nigga. You want to play ball, let's play ball, nigga. That little funky bitch, nigga. Now what?
All right, so I want you to pay close attention to that. What Smack just said, Smack simply said, your daughter look like she dying, bitch. Your wife look like she dying, bitch. And this is how he's not threatening them. He's just saying what Adam said about him towards his family in order to get to him to hurt his feelings. This is not a threat of physical violence. Do you understand? Okay, so let's look at...
It's not a threat. He was talking shit, but Adam was making fun of him in the hospital. He wanted to talk his shit, but that's not a threat. Let's get back into this.
Adam talk about this.
You look like you dying, bitch.
Oh my God. So I made the video telling Smack that he looks like a bozo acting tough from the hospital bed. So then he made another video basically like threatening my daughter and making fun of my daughter.
All right, so that is actually not true. So he's lying, and this is...
He's always lying for sympathy points. Always trying to make people seem like there's some devil, they're the villain, they're threatening your life and your daughter. Stop the goddamn cap.
It's a defamatory lie. Smack can sue Adam for this. He never threatened Adam's daughter. That's extremely defamatory. So he's actually publishing this out in front of a large audience. And a lot of people, Smack has suffered damages because of this, because of the narrative that he threatened a little girl. He did not threaten anybody at all. So to the lawyers out there, I'd like you guys to reach out to Smack and handle his case. I'd like Smack to sue Adam for his defamatory comments, okay?
This makes you look even worse, like much worse. Like everybody on your team should be upset right now because you're making them all look bad and you ain't gonna do shit. So Smack, get out of that hospital bed. I don't want to see you on crutches running down on me, bro. Like, if you got to run down on me with a peg leg, it's going to be ugly.
For the record, I ain't threatening you, Adam's dog.
All right, listen to Adam lie about the whole thing to Wack 100 and listen how crazy the lie gets.
It's not, he was so...
Some bullshit.
I know.
You've been acting like me.
They about to change his name to OG Peg Leg. He ain't doing too good, bro. Shit is sad. He got bed sores. His booty be hurting.
Who told you that?
He got a pee in a little dish.
Somebody giving you this information?
I guess I knew. But no, he was so hurt that he threatened to kill my kid.
Get the fuck out of here.
I swear to God. You want to hear it?
And he swore to God.
Fucking lie!
See, Adam thinks he's some sort of goon now. Adam thinks he's some sort of gangster out here now.
Come on, you want to hear it?
Yes, we want to hear it.
See,
He said he's going to kill my whole family. My kid, my mom, my grandma, everybody.
Maybe he was like...
No. I think he was serious. He's a sick...
You see how he went from talking shit and then right into a victim mode? He wants to be the hero and the victim in every incident. It's pathetic.
Fuck.
Maybe he was like under medication, bro. Like
yeah,
medication.
no, there's no doubt about that. But the problem is he's been on medication his whole life. He's a J-Cat. Bro, where are we going with this?
You did something, Adam.
No, I did not.
What you say to him on the phone?
Just violated real quick. I didn't talk to him on the phone.
What'd you talk to him, man?
Damn, I can't even find the video. Maybe he had it scraped from the internet. He's so embarrassed. Sorry,
You threatened to kill your kid?
Damn.
Okay, so Adam's making an effort to convince Wack that this isn't all just a joke. So Adam's not joking. He is literally trying to tell people that Smack threatened to kill his whole family. So Adam...
But he could not substantiate his claim at all. Oh, I swear to God, yeah, it's right here. Oh, he must have deleted it. He must have scrubbed it. So you didn't save it?
Is actually intentionally trying to assassinate the character of Smack. He's trying to destroy his reputation by making up defamatory lies about him and publishing them on a public TV show. And I think Adam knows that Smack doesn't have his life together enough to get a lawyer and sue him for defamation. So he just runs his mouth about Smack freely and just makes up whatever he wants. So he's a...
Shout out to Moxie Wits with the $2 super chat. Moxie says, who made this video? The guy talking is weird. The guy talking is a guy named Point and Shoot. It's a content creator by the name of Point and Shoot. He has 21,000 subscribers. It's the first video I've ever seen of him. It has 80,000 views. Shout out to Moxie Wit with the $2 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
All right, let's get it.
Sick guy. And those are some sick lies, and I'm glad that I was able to break those down. And this has been a video. I'm going to end it here. Sorry it took so long, but I got some good stuff coming. I got some 1090 Jake stuff. Got some Flacco stuff.
Sorry, bro.
We don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
You always got some good Adam stuff. So please do subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.
Now, we have Van Lathan calling Adam22 out directly to his face during this interview because Adam22 just continues to lie. He tries to get off these lies like people are buying this obvious fabrication, this obvious revision of history that he continues to try to get off. But what we're going to do right now is pause the show because likes are free and y'all are dissing.
Was 0 down, no credit.
Those are free, y'all. Y'all hit the like button or we are pausing the show. We are taking a commercial break, y'all.
We're in a different era. Get over it. Whoa!
Shout out to Taylor Made with the 99 cents or the dollar super stick, whatever that is, super sticker, super chat. There's no message, but shout out to you, Taylor.
I'm getting rich.
Nonetheless, we're still putting the show on hold because y'all are dissing with the likes. Let's get it, y'all. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug with the $10 super chat. Win, Lose, or Rug says, run up the likes, y'all. Yeah, that's facts. Run up the likes, y'all. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug with the $10 super chat.
I'm getting rich. Come on, man.
Now, I'm looking at the likes. I'm going to have to refresh this because I do not believe what I'm seeing. The likes are not moving. Y'all love the elevator music, huh?
Learn the rules.
Let's get it, y'all.
I'm concerned about you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I figured this was going to be some sort of intervention.
It's an Adamvention that's happening right now.
I'm doing better than ever.
How are you doing better than ever, Adam?
Mentally.
Yo, that's facts, Win, Lose, or Rug. I never get how people like an IG post but not a YouTube video. It makes no goddamn sense. The likes are free. It does good for the content creator. You get more content out of it. What are you liking people's shit on IG for randomly? Random IG thoughts. You're running the likes up. You're watching the show. You're enjoying the show. You're staying through the show, but you're not hitting the like button.
When does crack... Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play?
I feel strong. I feel fortified.
Right.
On the mic, doing what I was born to do. I feel more confident and full of vigor than I've ever felt before.
Right.
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good. Adam, I'm concerned about you, bro. I'm concerned that, like, you really been on some white devil lately, man.
Really?
That's facts. Yo, he's calling him out. Now, this is the first super chat I've ever seen, and I'm like... Czar for what currency is that? Shout out to you for that $14 in that currency that I have no idea what that is, but shout out to you.
I'm getting rich.
Flip the screen upside down and dislike you haters. Huh? Oh, I guess that'll make them like it. Let's get it.
What moments in the No Jumper cinematic universe got you to that conclusion?
See, No Jumper cinematic universe. I actually feel like I came up with that. Because like I feel like I was so into the No Jumperverse, the No Jumper cinematic universe, because you got your whole multiverse. But
you're right.
Probably not true.
No, but there was a moment where I realized that like Andrew Schultz was very invested in what was going on here, and then there was a moment where I realized you were really paying attention. But to like,
shout out to Armani with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Again, good work on your craft. Stay productive and stay on point, young bro. Yeah, shout out to you.
I'm getting rich.
Let's get it.
A way more serious level than what Andrew Schultz
Every
knew.
clip, every interview during the height of the Jumperverse, because really the Jumperverse now is much like the MCU, because the MCU started and they built their whole thing up. Then they had Avengers Endgame, where everyone fought, and then some people left the MCU and some people, now we got new heroes.
For the record, never seen a single Marvel film ever.
Well, I could tell you ain't got no imagination. You all up. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't look like you would have that type of fun. That's too
I hate
wholesome.
those movies. I've tried to watch them a few times. I don't get it.
That's probably too wholesome fun for you. You probably out there,
Just
you want
boring,
to out there with 3 legs, and that's probably your idea of
I
fun.
need real.
I
can't.
Well, so what's a real movie then?
I don't know. I don't watch a lot of movies.
You don't watch a lot of movies. Okay,
Not
so
really
like
my
I
thing.
said, you like
I like documentaries.
You like a different type of fun.
Yeah. It needs to be real for me to get invested in it.
Like you like going down. You probably like tonight, Lena. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put flashlights on our head and we're gonna get off on K and we're gonna go down to Skid Row and just like chill around and see what we can see and vlog about it. That's
I
probably
have very low risk tolerance at this point in my life. I would never do something like that.
Yeah. Let me come back to the White Devil.
They'll
thing,
eat me
though.
alive down
So
there.
this is my thing, bro. You was always on your cool white boy, right? And the cool white boy was working. Now I'm looking at you, and it seems like you wilding a little bit, bro.
Well, what got you to that conclusion?
So a couple of
Because he's lost. Ever since he got cucked, he's lost. He doesn't want to be the other definition of a cuck, a weak, insecure man, but too bad. The shoe's already fit and it's already showing. He's trying to buff out his chest and act like something he's not. All this tough guy shit. It's like, what are you doing, Adam? You're trying to reaffirm your masculinity after getting cucked. That's all this is. That's all we're seeing here. That's why we're seeing him crash out over some bullshit. He's lost right now.
things. Number one, the Ruger thing was bad, bro. That was bad. How did he?
He's a grimy GD, that one.
See, you throwing out people's gangs. This is what I'm talking about.
He is out here trying to incite all sorts of gang wars. He's trying to pay certain folks to get up here and talk shit so he can get other folks to talk shit so he can make more drama.
Keep it 1,000.
This is the new Adam where you gang banging and you
No. I'm not gang banging.
Calling out, saying he's a grimy GD is a little bit. Why?
He knows.
I know, but why? When he was here and he said straight up, for somebody that comes from Chicago, because we did hip hop homicides and I was there in Chicago seeing how things go. When he said he did not want to talk about beef, why did you press him? It almost looked like you wanted.
Did you watch the interview?
I did watch the whole thing.
Right. How many gang-related or op-related questions do you really feel like I asked during that?
Not that many.
Yeah, like 1 or 2.
But he asked for 0, so why couldn't you oblige him?
Right, that's insane. If I had actually took him at his word right there, I would have probably just said like, all right, you could just drive back to Vegas and not do this interview, because Lil Durk, one of the biggest rappers, definitely the biggest rapper out of Chicago, but one of the biggest rappers in America, had just done Academics' podcast, one of the bigger hip-hop podcasts, and in that, one of the premier questions that got clipped and put on Act's YouTube channel was, why or how did you feel about Kanye doing this album and putting you and Ruger on the same thing, inviting you to the same party, the same show, etc. And Lil Durk had like a pretty involved answer where he actually acknowledged Ruger by name for, I think, maybe the first time ever, or at least for in many, many years. And to me, that was just an obvious question I had to ask Ruger. And we actually had a pretty decent conversation about that, because that is just like the most obvious thing that you would ever ask Ruger. And even Ack hit me up after, like, laughing, saying like, did Ruger seriously think you weren't going to ask that question? Because he said that he would have based the entire interview around that question because it's such an obvious question. So my thing is, like, if you're going to be someone like Ruger, who literally is dissing Lil Durk's friends and family members on every single song,
Shout out to Terrace Brown. I don't know if that's how you say your name. Shout out to, Terrace Brown with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
Or Therese. I don't know how to say your name, nigga. My bad. This is for the likes that haven't popped up yet. Keep the show going, man, please. Yeah, shout out to you. We're going to keep the show going. Yeah, the likes looking dusty. We got a bunch of hate watchers. It is what it is. Oh, shit, I didn't say your name last time. Matt Yeah, it's probably good that I didn't say your name because yeah, I'm struggling out here. Shout out to you for the $14 Zay, whatever that currency is. Shout out to you. Adam is a bag chaser disciple. No morals at all. Yeah, that's facts, man. All these guys is no morals. It's just simply
I'm getting rich.
And selling out. No morals whatsoever. Whatever can get me paid, whatever can keep me sustaining a level of visibility and relevance. That's all it is. Just chasing every bag, regardless of what the hell it does to your life, your moral standing. None of that. No principles, standing on nothing. Absolute dust. Let's get it, y'all.
Every song, but probably more than 50% of the songs. You can't seriously think that you're going to come in and do an interview and not get asked about the most high-profile rapper from Chicago who just discussed you at length on...
Matt O'Hara, yeah? The guy that sent that $14 in the ZAR. What currency is that? Can y'all let me know what currency that is?
Another very, very big hip-hop podcast. Now, the thing that I fucked up is that Ruga pulled me aside and had that conversation with me of saying, like, I don't know if I really like that episode. But his reason for saying that he didn't like it was he just said he felt like maybe his energy wasn't on point. He didn't say, you asked me too many opera-related.
Oh, yeah, I know I've seen that before. Yeah, it's South African. Yeah, I've gotten that before. Shout out to y'all for clearing that up.
Questions. That narrative started later. Now, what I should have said in that moment was like, okay, I'm going to hit you back because I thought that it was a really good interview and I think that we should drop it. What I did instead was I forgot and I just dropped it anyway because to me,
Once again,
Stop the cap.
I hope y'all caught that.
Because I thought that it was a really good interview and I think that we should drop it. What I did instead was I forgot and I just dropped it anyway because to me, the interview was good.
You conveniently forgot and dropped it anyway. You didn't give a fuck, sir.
And there was just almost nothing. That narrative, the op narrative, that caught me by surprise.
Adam,
he didn't say that to me beforehand. And when you watch it, I barely asked him about anything. It would not have even made sense for him to say that was the reason he didn't want it to drop.
So listen, this is why it's the white devil Adam22 right now. This is why. What you just gave right there is a completely salient, like, obviously
logical response.
But you left some things out.
You know what we call that? We call that standing on business.
There you go. Standing on business. Standing on business. Look at you now. See?
Standing on business.
Standing on business now is what you're doing. Okay. Let me
Stood on it.
Let me ask you a question.
That's called misleading to manipulate your audience. You're leaving out one detail that would change the entire story. Let's get it.
Did Ruga, prior to the interview, tell you that he didn't want to talk about that? Yes or no?
He did briefly say that.
Okay.
So that's
He
why
did.
I didn't.
Oh, you see, he did briefly say that. So you're trying to downplay it, but he said that briefly. Doesn't matter how brief it was, how long he articulated that point. He said that he didn't want to talk about it. So at that point, if his interview is not worth anything without that, then you shouldn't have brought him in. But he said he didn't want to talk about that. You brought him in, and you didn't care.
So
I had 10 op-related questions that I did not ask him because he said that. But the Lil Durk one was like, you got to ask that one.
But hold on, though. So that's the thing. The thing is this. Everything that you just said, as somebody who interviews people all the time, people in media, nobody's going to disagree with you. That's like, you know how many interviews have been pitched to me? And
what he means by nobody's going to disagree with him, it's as in if the interview's not worth anything, if you're not going to if you're not going to answer any questions, I'm not going to bring you in. I'm not going to pay you. I'm not going to do anything with the interview because that's just common sense. If you're not going to answer the questions that are going to make this a relevant pop-in interview, that's going to make it get the numbers, then what's the point of bringing you in? But if the man said, hey, I'm not going to answer those questions and you know the interview ain't worth something, but you're still going to try to finesse it anyway, that's slimy.
Somebody has said, either it be a label person or a PR person, hey, don't ask about this. And I'll say, okay, well, I don't need to have this person on. Like, if I can't ask about that, if you're going to come on here and I can't ask about that, I don't need to have this person on. Gets a little devilish when you say that you won't do it and then you get them on the camera and you ask them about it
But
anyway.
he did not specifically say he didn't want to talk about that. He just said
that's what he says.
And he's a liar.
Oh, so now the person that now Ruga's a liar. So now you see this bullshit? You see how unaccountable this nigga is? To the point where now the person's a liar. He didn't want to speak on it. You said he spoke on it briefly. Now he's a liar because you went through with it.
Won't do it, and then you get them on the camera and you ask them about it
But
anyway.
he did not specifically say he didn't want to talk about that. He just said
that's what he says.
And he's a liar. He did not say that he wanted me to do an interview that was entirely free of any beef related questions. He just said that he didn't.
Now you're moving the goalposts. He said a specific question. Now you're moving the goalposts. It's obvious, bro. The manipulation is so weak, and that's why Van was the perfect person to sit across from him because he keeps calling him out.
Want to make the whole interview like that. So for anyone, I challenge everybody watching this to go watch it and tell me if you think that was an overtly beef-based interview.
So
it might have been the interview the least beef-related interview that Ruga has ever done in his life. In fact, I would bet money that it was the least beef-related, op-related interview he's ever done in his life.
So if you saying straight up that he's lying, then that's a different thing. But he says, hey, I didn't want. So there's 2 points. He says, hey, didn't want to talk about any beef. Then he says,
he never said he didn't want to talk about any beef. He just said, I don't want to do a ton of those questions.
Okay.
So I asked him about the most mainstream, well-known.
Shout out to Artichoke Hearts with the $5 super chat.
I'm getting rich.
I've always disliked Adam22. I don't care for Vlad TV either, but Adam22 is definitely the worst between the two of them. Yeah, that's the thing. It was commonly believed that Vlad was the worst, Vlad was the police, Vlad was X, Y, and Z, until recent years where Adam22 has really shown who he is. First with the pedo allegations, and then the whole beef with Figmunity World and community and BackOnFigg, him sliming, what's his name? House Phone. The whole situation with his wife, the revising of everything, the dustiness, the nonstop lies, the manipulation. He is worse than Vlad. 100% worse, or 100% worse. In a lot of people's minds, if Vlad just simply apologized to the minister, apologized to Farrakhan, and a lot of people will be like, you know what, Vlad? You ain't that bad. You actually have some respect. But he don't want to do that, so a lot of people are still boycotting him. It is what it is. Let's get it, y'all.
Beef that he has addressed 10,000 times in songs.
After that, you conveniently forgot.
Right.
That's not even halfway horns. It's like 5-inch horns.
I should have called him and told him, yo, I'm dropping it anyway.
Okay. What's with
same end result?
What's with the new bravado? You feel different? You feel different.
Yeah.
You feel different, right? Because you out here talking your shit.
He got emasculated when he decided to sell out and allow his wife to get porked by Jason Love. He can't undo that. He lost all masculinity. So what we see right now is the alpha male posturing. That's what I call it. I see it from all the red pill dudes when they get up on their platform and they just posture like some alpha male and talk all this bullshit like they're somebody that they're not. That's what he's doing. He's trying to act like a goon all of a sudden. He's trying to act like this confident boss. Like, get the fuck out of my face, nigga. Anybody could see through this dustiness. It's so dusty. You're being so petty to the point where you're trying to pull up Heather's thought facts from the past. It's like, what are we doing out here? Arbitrarily, too. Because T-Rell's not coming back into the fold. You miss T-Rell so much, you're going to out his girlfriend. Oh, body counts don't mean nothing. We love explorative girls, but why is it negative that Heather lived this life in the past then? Why are you blowing that up? It's not congruent. What you're saying is not consistent.
Telling people to slide, you doing all of that?
Because you go through this time period in your life where you're listening to rap music and you're hearing all these dudes talk about what they're going to do, etc. And I kind of had this epiphany. All I got to do is call their bluff. And they're not going to do anything. So I called multiple bluffs, and I raked the chips in. I'm a poker player. I raked the chips in because the reality is that these are logical, entities out here who, for the most part, behave logically, and there is not enough insanity lurking around in their brain for them to come do something physically to me. Now,
bro, are you retarded? Are you retarded? So you're gonna get up on air, start talking hot shit, expecting somebody to do something to you while you're speaking these things on air. Talking about their logical entities. Of course, they're making money. They're all businessmen. You just try to frame them as some just hooligans in the street, some random goons that are just gonna do something to you because you're talking shit on the internet. They don't care. They moved all the way. They moved on. They're making content. They're doing numbers out here. They're relevant right now. Ain't nobody checking for no Jumper. Van Lathan did this interview. This is a charity interview at this point.
if they would like to, I'm here.
They're going to.
Sure.
Come do it. Sure. What I'm saying is, the more you invite that, the more that energy gets invited, the more it's not even gonna be one of those guys. If you make yourself a trophy, somebody's gonna compete for you.
Well, here I am, standing on business, Van. I ain't worried about that shit, motherfucker.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
Because it's all talk.
Look at this.
They are.
Look at so Adam.
They're all talk, but what are you doing, Adam? You're talking them. You're talking shit to them like they're supposed to come see you after you're doing the shit talk. They don't care about you. If you're so tough, why don't you go see them? We know that shit ain't gonna happen. So how are they any less tough because you're just randomly talking shit on the internet, signaling the police so they can shut the shit down, so these guys can lose their opportunities? He's trying everything possible to get these guys to crash out because they're winning right now. That's what's going on right now. That's what y'all are seeing. You're seeing somebody desperate, trying to make somebody crash out, lose their position, waste their time responding to your dusty platform so you can keep your relevancy. This is pathetic.
What? And by the way,
then they run and hide their hands after they after I call the bluff. It's like, oh, well, nobody's want to risk their freedom. Nobody's going to do anything. Okay, I'm not even talking about Ruger right now. I'm just talking in general.
Well, not even Ruger.
Right, yeah.
Because I've just seen you, it just seems like you're running around with a different type of battery in your back right now.
It's not even a battery that's in my back. If there is a battery, if there was any software installed in me, it's just realizing, you have nothing to be worried about.
Right, because everybody's pussy.
I'm not saying everybody's pussy. For sure, there's some real ones out there.
Yeah.
I just don't know that I'm beefing with them.
You don't think, who are you beefing with?
I don't know. Nobody really.
So
Bro, we already know if Adam gets into any situation, you know his motto.
Yep, I'm telling.
So what are we talking about? You have hired security. You're telling. So why are you trying to solicit some sort of beef or attention from folks that are in the business doing their work? And they're supposed to care, and if they don't care, they're soft all of a sudden? Adam, do me a favor.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
And then you're going to have to do something. And if you don't do something, you're pussy. You hear that? Someone's talking shit about you, Adam. Do something. If you don't, you're a pussy. You see how stupid that sounds?
Nobody doing nothing.
So if you're not beefing with anybody, then you're not saying that anybody's pussy. But if you're saying that, you're not, if you're saying that if you're into it with somebody and they're not going to do anything, then that's a direct challenge for them to do something. This is what I'm saying. Forget about all of that. Because I'm not a street nigga. And I don't think that you are either. Are you a street nigga? Because something might have changed.
No, sir.
You're not.
Okay, so you're not a street nigga. So you're talking tough for what reason? As I said before, we know his motto. He's telling. We know this. So if you're not a street nigga, you're not going to do anything. Why are you inviting attention? To do what?
Yeah, you're done. You're done.
This energy. Where's all of this coming from?
I think that there was like a long time in which I was receiving a moderate amount of hate. And in my brain, I started to believe like, oh, well, if you check the right boxes and you say the right woke shit, or you say that that's not going to get people offended or whatever, then you can avoid taking more heat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once this very large Marvel Cinematic Universe looking at this character, Jason Love, put his gigantic in my...
Yeah.
And the surrounding media storm, I think that made me realize that the job of a public figure, the job of a media person, of a personality.
Understand, y'all, that this change, he's even outlining it whether he knows it or not, and he's making the mistake. Yep, Taylor made, you said it. Damn, Jason messed him up. You see what I'm talking about now? Y'all see what I'm talking about now?
The surrounding media storm, I think that made me realize that the job of a public figure, the job of a media person, of a personality who's seeking to make a career on YouTube or whatever, is not to minimize controversy. The goal is to live your truth in such a way that the people cannot look away.
Okay.
And I took so much heat from doing something that to me was a marketing tactic / something that me and my girl really actually were just down to do, that it left me
Stop the cap.
incapable of feeling fear when it comes to other threats.
I feel you. Okay, so there's a difference there to me. So the thing that happened with you and Lena and the Jason Love thing, I didn't look at it as a big deal just because I'm a disgusting watcher, right?
Oh, okay.
So being a disgusting watcher, I know that there's Kissa and Johnny Sins. I know that throughout the history of porn, there have been couples in porn, and the couples work with other people. The only thing that I thought was interesting was that y'all weren't doing it, and then y'all waited until after y'all married to do it, which is...
And if he was comfortable with it, he would have allowed Lena to make the scene good. He wouldn't have sabotaged the scene. He would have allowed her to actually kiss. They would have allowed Jason to do what he wanted to do to her. They would have allowed certain things. Y'all remember I broke this down. There were stipulations. There was things that he could not do. There was no finish on the face. There was no load on the face and finale. There was none of that. But Jason still violated and nutted in her, and then she ate the nut anyway. So it's like she did things that violated the stipulations to try to make the scene good, and he was hurt by that. So he tries to act like he got finessed, and now he's trying to convince the audience that he was cool with this. Oh, we're just making money. Man, stop it, man.
It's hilarious. That's funny.
And for anybody that bought Adam's bullshit that he's trying to sell, shame on y'all. Shame on y'all for being so goddamn gullible.
I can definitely understand why that was very funny.
That's hysterical, because that makes it seem like somebody went, I'll marry you if you let me fuck a black guy.
Oh, no.
Or either that you went, I'll marry you if you fuck a black guy.
No. In reality, we have been talking about it.
Wait, Brother Jumbie said we gonna need 3 pauses. Ah, shit. Here we go again.
Stick together. Pause. Knows he can have it. Pause. You see what I do when I got the rock. Pause.
Let me just put this in real quick.
This is Daniel, by the way.
We have been.
I've seen interviews prior to
We have been planning the wedding for like well over a year.
Okay.
We maybe started having that conversation like 4 or 5 months before the wedding. So it was, and to us, the wedding.
She said, "I'll marry you, Italy. Everything's good." If like 10 days after the biggest in the world.
That was not part of this arrangement.
That wasn't at all.
No. It was not like I'll marry you because of this. Really, I was the one who never thought that I was going to get married, because to me, I don't really see what's so important about it. I don't believe in God, and I don't give a fuck about the government. So for them to be signing off on some,
you hear this nigga? I don't believe in God, and what do you say? He doesn't believe in the government, or he doesn't fuck with the government? I just forgot what he said. Nonetheless, he said he doesn't believe in God. So when he's trying to convince the audience that he's telling the truth about something, his first go-to is, I swear to God. And you don't even believe in God. What a dusty piece. You know what?
Aspect of my life.
It was important to her.
It's whatever. It's more important to her. Now, the thing with Jason Love, that's like a totally different plot line in our life, because I mean, keep in mind, me and her had already done, if my goal was just to intertwine my life together with hers so much that it would be very difficult to disentangle them, I mean, we already had a kid. We already bought a house together. We already got a business together. We already got accountants and shared employees and all this stuff.
So why not take the traditional step and put your...
Do you hear that? Do you hear all the things that they already have intertwined together? And then she keeps pushing the, oh, let me do things with other folks on him. And what happens? You bend to the whims at some point. You didn't want any of this shit. You didn't want the married life. You didn't want the life married with kids and all that shit. Whose desires were those? Whose dream is getting fulfilled at whose detriment? Who's really running the show here?
Lives together. You're saying that wasn't necessary to you, but it was important to her.
When I even proposed to her, it was really kind of like the realization that this was something that mattered to her. That and especially it became crystal clear to me after we had a kid. Oh, I really am planning on spending the rest of my life with this person and really building a future together. And I started to realize too that in her mind, she was always gonna feel like she hadn't been properly honored as a woman, and potentially because of her
unless
porn star status.
Love?
No, unless she got married. Unless I proposed to her.
Okay.
Yeah. She probably wasn't like, to her that was important.
So she wanted to be somebody's wife.
I think, yeah.
Okay,
that's an
very
important
common
distinction in her world, where she comes from a much more traditional, conservative Armenian culture.
I think that's
that
out
to
the
me
window,
is kind of different. Yeah.
Shit.
A traditional, conservative Armenian culture. That's what she comes from.
Stop the cap.
It's a total fabrication.
And for sure, I am assuming that many of them know about this Jason Love arc and have not mentioned it to her or I. Sometimes I wonder what the conversations are like when we're not around.
Right.
Yeah, them niggas be laughing at you. Everybody's laughing at you. Even the people that tried to be soft, be light when delivering the message. Like, you know what? Y'all are porn stars. We get it. X, Y, and Z. Them niggas be laughing at you. Nobody respects it. That's why you're doing what you're doing now. That's why he's doing all this alpha male posturing. This, oh, I'm this guy. I'm talking all this street stuff. But when somebody asks you, are you street nigga? No. So why you trying to incentivize street niggas to come do something to you? So what, you can rat? I don't understand any of that. All this buffing up your chest to feel some sort of masculinity after your woman took that from you by getting porked by Jason Love. It's pathetic. It is pathetic.
Well, the conversations are in Armenian, and they probably involve the N-word. But look, here's the...
Oh, Lord, we could get into that.
Like, here's the situation.
I'm sorry, what was that? He said comedians involving the N-word, and he said what under his breath? I didn't hear that the first time I reviewed this. Let's hear this, y'all.
What the conversations are like when we're not around?
Right. Or the conversations are in Armenian, and they probably involve the N-word. But look, here's the...
Oh, Lord, we could get into that.
Like, here's the situation.
Never heard them say that, by the way.
I'm sure that her family's beautiful and lovely. I'm fucking around. But this is what I would say. One more question about that.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
That was very fascinating. The whole thing was fascinating. I knew, obviously, with the space that you're in, that, you know, letting somebody fuck your wife, that was going to be a thing, right? Or not letting somebody fuck your wife, because I'm sure she has agency in what she's going to do, but signing off on it.
I worked with her on choosing the guy. This was a conversation between her and I.
Let me ask you a question. So when you were choosing the guy that she was...
Wait, what do you see mean his wife has agency in decision making whether she wants to fuck another guy? Like, that's his wife. It's not a decision to be made unless you want to break up and divorce. But, you know, these folks are weird, so let's get it.
Was going to have sex with. Was this we're choosing talent, or was this was this like, did you like look at the different dicks as well?
No, I wasn't thinking about the actual measurements of the dick.
Wait, no, pause, bro. What's going on here? Pause, bro.
Because I'm asking.
No,
some people would.
It was entirely based on who did the other girls in the industry that we know say is good to work with, and then also on top of that, who has a large social media following where it would actually stand out to people. Now,
be prepared, y'all. Adam is about to lie through his teeth aggressively. Let's listen to this.
The resulting media storm was so gigantic that actually the social media profile of the guy involved really did not matter. It probably could have been any guy.
Were all of these guys black?
No.
How many of them were black?
I think we had 3 names and 2 were black and 1 was white.
Okay. Because you realize that if you and Lena are looking for somebody for her to have sex with, and y'all looking at like 10 black guys and like comparing their attributes, that feels like a fucking slave auction.
Wait, what?
I didn't think of that. Yeah, but the thing is, I feel kind of naive now.
Why?
Because I wasn't thinking, oh, it'll be way more viral if it's a black dude.
Now, this is probably the most egregious lie I've heard in this compilation. We've heard him say on air, because he's in the porn industry, that he knows. This is why I needed to clip it up. I needed to clip up some more shit. That he knows that you're getting way more interest, way more eyes, way more money when you do your first interracial scene. He spoke about it at length when it comes to white women or Latino, Spanish white women holding off in porn for that big, so they can get their buzz up for that big scene where they can do that interracial, where they can first start getting their money like that. They know they save up for that big interracial scene because it will make more money. That's common porn knowledge. He knows that because he's always campaigning and talking about himself as a porn star and his wife as porn stars. So stop the goddamn cap. You knew you wanted to bring a black dude in to fuck your wife because you know it will get more views and more money. If she just fucked another white dude, I don't think people would have cared the same way. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? We know the porn world. We know how interracial is big in the porn world. So when he tried to get this off, amongst the other lies, Van Lathan is looking at him like, are you serious, bro?
It's a total fabrication.
Are you serious?
Now, having seen how this played out, I'm like, oh shit, that would have been a huge wasted opportunity if we had had a white guy do it, because the racial part of this storyline was a gigantic part.
America.
But that didn't really occur to me because
Stop the cap.
Because believe you,
I wasn't thinking about it like that.
I do not, bro. This is another part of the white devil narrative.
And see, now you're making me feel even more naive, because me and her
don't believe you.
Scour my text messages.
Bro, you let a nigga that looks like he plays middle linebacker for the Baltimore Ravens.
He could not play for the Ravens. Don't give him that.
Like he looks.
Maybe a couple of years ago.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you don't think with as culturally aware and educated as you are, you don't think that your wife fucking that guy is going to be a much bigger deal than
a white guy.
Yeah, the white dude.
In retrospect, I feel like an idiot for not thinking about that.
Okay. Last thing I'll ask about this.
See, he's asking questions like this is what's funny about this. Van Lathan is brought in for an interview, but he's asking questions like he turned the desk on him, like he's the interviewer. Last question I'm gonna ask, like, bro, is this you run the shit? That's what's crazy, because Van Lathan is a great interviewer. But let's get it, y'all.
Then I'll come back to the actual point that I was making. Mm-hmm. When I was watching you and Lena talk to Andrew Tate, I saw that her mention that you had cheated on her.
Back in the day.
So in no way, the first thing that popped in my mind was she got to have sex with Jason Love because Adam cheated on her. And then she was like, fuck it. You got some other, so I'm going to go out here and do this. Was that a thing?
I think the last time I cheated on her was probably 2018.
Oh, so that's a long time.
It was not like Retribution.
So it's
for
over.
that.
I mean, that don't count.
This nigga thinks that it makes a difference. He thinks because he cheated on her in 2018 that she's not holding on to that. It's insanity.
Well, that's like
because me and
like
her,
a 4-year thing.
Her doing that was a business decision. Now, having sex with another man was a business decision. Had this conversation with her, I realized that it really did hurt her feelings when I would cheat on her back in the day. The lying and everything.
But like it's a huge betrayal, and we've been there. We want to treat our women more honorably.
Yeah.
And you know, so and to me, when I looked at it, and you know, I had to deal. I actually said on the podcast, I was happy for you guys. Because I had heard her say before that it's something that she wanted to do. You guys get to a point you do it, it's y'all business, whatever. That's the business y'all in. I think that is you. I think that's your truth. I think this other part is actually not your truth.
What, me acting boisterous?
I think that's not who you are, bro.
Really?
I don't think so. I think the Adam that you are is somebody. I think the true you is the other guy, the guy who was trying to figure out how to solve problems, the guy who was there for the conversation. I think that's what's made you so compelling. I think this part, I think it has a shelf life. I don't think people are responding to it like you think they are. I think it doesn't feel authentic.
I think it does. I think people are loving it. And even today, I've been talking a bunch of shit and people are going fucking crazy for it. Because the thing is...
You guys in this fucking thing that you do, you confuse attention with adulation. I think that I
think I'm getting both.
I think right now, if you went out and shot yourself in the thigh...
Van is spitting facts. Adam is grossly unaware of the situation right now. He is completely lost, and Van is trying to bring him back to life, but he don't get it.
That people would be like, oh shit, Adam shot himself in the thigh, lying on no jumper. Everybody tune in. It's me, Adam, on some shit. I'm headed to see your side now. Let's see if I bleed out before I get there. That's going up.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people that would be engaging with you would be saying, this motherfucker's stupid.
There has been multiple times throughout this whole Cuck Arc that me and Lena have embarked on.
You hear this?
I call it the Cuck Arc.
The Cuck Arc. He knows what he's going through. The Cuck Arc. He's trying to redeem himself. He's trying to get some sort of redemption from being cucked.
So I don't have to call it like the Jason Love beat me same thing every time. I just call it the Cuck Arc. So there's been a couple different moments where I either did something or thought about doing something that betrayed who I actually am or what I actually have going on. And one moment that I later on felt kind of dirty about was when I was having the conversation with, I think, Aiden Ross, and I said something about like, Aiden, you know, we should really have a threesome, me, you, and Lena, yada, yada. And that doesn't seem like anything super out of the ordinary for the kind of conversations that I was having around that time. But later on that night, I felt kind of dirty about it. And I said to her, I'm like, you want to know why I didn't like that? Is because all of the other viral shit that I've said, when I talked about how much I love you and I love you so much that I was still okay with you doing this scene with Jason, etc., that was all real. I might have been saying it in a kind of ridiculous way. I might have been hamming it up and making it more trollish and making it sound a little ridiculous. But at the end of the day, that is true. The thing with me offering up my girl is that we're going to have a threesome with Aiden Ross.
You don't want to do that.
That's a joke. And when I say it, though, the problem is that people take that and think, oh, look, he really actually has no respect for his wife. So I decided that I wanted to fall back on that because anything that I say or do that betrays how I actually feel, I do agree is not worth it.
Now, that's Adam running a play again, trying to sprinkle in a little manipulation by putting a scintilla of truth in there with the ocean of fabrication. So Adam,
bitch, who raised you?
Man, who can't see through that, man? Adam is just, the lies are incredible. Y'all hit that call-in link if y'all want to form a panel, y'all want to discuss what we've just seen. Y'all want to give your thoughts on the matter. Y'all have any debates for any things that I've said, because I've seen some people having, differing views in the chat. Hit that call-in link. It is pinned to the top of the chat. Wait, is it? Oh, shit, it ain't. I didn't pin that. Hold up, y'all. Let me pin this message. I also wanted to speak about something that was spoken about on Duke the Don's channel. We had a conversation going before we got sidetracked by a stranger that hopped up on the panel, but I want to actually speak about the conversation that we were having because we were on opposing ends of the conversation, and I want to bring that back to light. And I found a clip that ultimately bolsters what I think about the education system when it comes to teaching our kids about sexual education and the LGBTQ. It has gone entirely too far, and I want to play a clip to illuminate exactly how far it has gone, because it is now filthy. There is direct descriptions of filthiness that y'all kids are being. You know what? Let me get into this, man. I was not able to. I was not able to get this on a pre-edit, so let me just do something real quick in the background, y'all. Now, this is one of the few times that I'll do a call-in show. Y'all can dispute your points, get your thoughts across. I know a lot of folks are at work, so y'all don't have to cam up for this show if y'all want to call in. Just briefly cam up in the back before I bring you up if you can, so I can confirm that you're not feats. And then we could begin the call-in. Let's get to this video right here.
Now on the topic of these pornographic books that you keep calling these point of contacts on as relates to whether they should be read or not. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, currently in Storm Grove Middle School and Freshman Learning Center, page 265. As if letting him finger me was going to cure all my problems, but in the end, I never told you to get away.
And then we will.
So what I'm listening to right now is a black man that showed up at the... You know what? I'll play it. I couldn't crop out some of the things I have on Instagram, but y'all need to see this one right here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this situated on screen real quick, because y'all definitely need to see this one. All right.
That you keep calling these point of contacts on as relates to whether they should be read or not. 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, currently in Storm Grove Middle School and Freshman Learning Center, page 265. As if letting him finger me was going to cure all my problems, but in the end, I never told you to get away.
And then we will continue.
You stop rubbing circles on my stomach. Instead, you rub back and forth, gently along my waist. Your pinky made its way under the top of my panties and rolled back and forth from hip to hip.
Now, he is trying to get this on record because these things are recorded. He's trying to read what is in a middle school book that is it's a sexual book. So he's trying to read to them what is being read in the public schools. And they're like, nope, 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 it's too vulgar, it's too X, Y, and Z. So you can't have that read at the school district board meeting, but y'all are allowing kids to read this sexual activity in books. And this is the problem, and this is why so many of us disagreed in that show. So if we can't get a panel, we're gonna table that. We are definitely going to table this conversation. We're going to do a show around this because I have a lot of material in relation to what's going on in the school system and what they're teaching kids about sex and alternative communities. So I'm looking at them real funny in the light when it comes to the school situation. And I think people should definitely teach their kids more sexual education and about other communities such as the LGBTQ at home more than it being force-fed down their kids' You don't want it to be force-fed to your kids in school, where you're not familiar with the curriculum and they're peddling shit like this to the kids. And the video wasn't even done. Hold on, y'all. Let me get back into this. There's a lot more. It gets a lot worse than this. What am I doing? Hey, yo.
Yes, sir. I asked you to stop, and you're going to have to leave if you don't continue with that. Yes, sir. No, sir. I asked you to stop. I asked you to stop. Sir, if you don't... Sir, I'm asking you to stop. If you don't do it, we're going to have you removed. Thank you. Please. I've asked you to stop. Yes, sir. I've asked you to stop. Sir, I'm asking you to stop. Yes.
He said that these books have been in the school system too long. This is a good question, A-Lady747. Is that a book in the library not a part of sex education? That may be the case. I did not iron out that detail to make the distinction whether it's just a book in the library or whether it's a book that's a part of the sex education. Nonetheless, that should not be in the schools. So either way, it should not be in the schools. You should not have that readily available for kids to be reading in their school, whether it's in the library or whether it's part of that sex education, talking about fingering and sexual acts and all these. Man, this sounds like one of them 50 Shades of Grey books, but let's get into this, y'all.
And when I stop, it's removed. And I've asked you to stop, so they were removed.
Now on the top.
Okay, sir. Mr. Teskey, would you remove him, please? 3 warnings. 3 warnings. I've asked you, please, to remove. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you won't stop, you won't stop. I've asked you to stop.
Allow the world to see me removed for reading the pornographic book.
Okay, sir. I just said I've stopped you from reading. It's going to be removed, so I'm going to ask you to go.
This is not right.
Well, it's not right that you're not listening.
Am I right? Yes.
Sir, he needs to be removed.
A black pastor for reading these books.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And they clapped it up.
Thank you very much.
They gave her a round of applause for kicking him out. Standing ovation for kicking him out for exposing what is going on in the public school. So I think it's atrocious that they're trying to peddle this shit to kids. We are definitely going to table this conversation and we're going to react to a bunch of things in regards to what they're teaching kids in school. We have a whole comp ready on deck we're about to get into, y'all. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. We are wrapping up the show. Nobody has called in, not even Feats. So, Moxie Witt says, what's the name of the book? I have zero idea. I have no name. If he was allowed to speak longer, he could have gotten the details from that book out for us to understand what book that was and, you know, raise those alarms, but doesn't seem to be happening. Moxie said Feats is working. At this point, I'm trying to get Feats to work for me. This nigga doesn't want to give up. All right, he's gonna be a hired gun at this point. We out. Yeah.
Shout out to LTTV.
Okay, so who's this? Carlisle Tom and Brother Jumbie. Y'all are saying the books is called 13 Reasons Why? Okay. 13 Reasons Why, and someone says 15 Shades of Gray. 15 shades? Hey, yo. The underage. Hey, yo. We out.
Shout out to brother LTTV.